Alright guys, back with the review on the Caernarvon Action 10. Of course you can win this now. You don't even have to buy it. They have some missions for you to do. You can win this badass tank if you want. And I'll be honest with you, I'll give this a 2 thumbs up right now. This tank is becoming kind of one of my favorites. I have a really shitty win rate of like 51% in it, but it is getting better. I'm finally starting to level off with some really bad teams. Maybe it'll get better. It's turning around. Maybe that's a better word for it. What this is, of course, is a up-armored Caernarvon. The Caernarvon originally was an experimental tank in 1944. They built 21 models for testing. Didn't turn out so hot. They were the first concept of a universal tank that not only could only do infantry support, but it could do anti-tank, all that kind of stuff for the British. Eventually, the 21, a couple of the 21, they didn't give me a number of these Caernarvon. The hulls, of course, was what was used on the Conqueror. They just transferred turrets over and put the Conch turret onto this tank. That's where the historical part of it comes in with the Caernarvons. This shielding on the tank, however, I think is purely wargaming. I never could find anything about this being an actual model. Now, if you don't know, for the Super Conch review that I did on the Super Conch, the review on the Super Conch, the Super Conch is actually was a test tank, a shooting range test tank. They put these shields on the side of a Conch and shot shit at it, and for essentially this is spaced armor to stop heat rounds. So I think this was, of course, Wargaming's attempt at, okay, let's make a tier 8 premium tank for the heavy side, but let's give it something a little bit unique. So they did. They added the heat shields, which is essentially, like I said, if you look at them, nothing more than welded on light plate to stop heat rounds. And they do stop heat rounds. I've had fucking tier 10 mediums firing at me from the side or even from the front, and they don't miss. They miss the gun mantlet. I hit the side here, and these things fucking eat heat shells, no problem. So yeah, that's what we get. However, that's not the best part of the tank. 230 average damage per shot, 226 average pen, 12.32 rate of fire, which means a 4.87 reload time. Yeah, 10 degrees of gun depression, 2.1 in aim time, and 0.29 dispersion at 100 meters. Very, very good gun handling. 2,834 average damage per minute, which is just slightly less than the actual Caernarvon at tier 8. The Caernarvon at the other one has 280 pen 280 average damage and has a slightly slower reload, but has a slightly higher DPM, which I found surprising. I thought this was fucking ridiculous at 2,800. But the Caernarvon's, putting it right around 2,900. Fucking insane, right? 1,500 hit points, 130 and 130. And I'll be honest with you, this tank handles. The gun on this is so good. 2.11 aim time. I don't run food and I don't run directives. If you do put food on this and you do put directives on there, that aim time drops down to around 2. It's maybe even slightly under it. Dispersion goes to 0.28, and your average damage per minute goes up over 200, which puts you at 3,050 average damage per minute, which is fucking insane for a tier 8 heavy tank. Yeah, I know, right? But that also is, the gun, as I said, is probably the best part of this tank, but it's the fucking armor that on it makes this thing, with the 357 matchmaking, so effective. 254 on the front of the face of this turret. I'm not even going to talk about the hull because it's not worth talking about. It's still cheese. It's a tier 8 tank. However, with the turret at 254 and these added cheek armor at 152, which is better than the Caernarvon, the regular tier 8 one, this thing is somewhat of a hull-down beast. even against tier 10s. IS-7s, E-100s, APs, heat rounds, you name it. I had an E-100 fire heat round at me and fucking got eaten right here on the side here. Blew a hole right here in the side of my unicorn. I was a little upset. Yeah, that's the other thing. You get this real snazzy paint job. You get a lion on one side, a unicorn on the other side. So all of you World of Warcraft players that are in my Discord, we're talking about this the other day about me getting a unicorn with a railgun. I got one, fellas, and it's not even World of Warcraft. So yeah, snazzy paint job, but yeah, this is a very good tank, and I'm gonna give it, like I said earlier, 2 thumbs up on this tank. This is something, if you don't play to win the tank, go buy it. You're not gonna be disappointed, and makes credits very well, and it's a very tough tank, even at tier 10. If you get this thing hauled down, you can deal with tier 10s usually no problem. I mean, it's got 226, but that APCR round is at 258, so there's really not much problem dealing with tier 10 heavy tanks, even frontally. So 65 empty, 70 tons loaded, 950 engine horsepower, and 30.453 traverse speed, and a top speed of 36.2, which is slightly less, or 63, slightly less than the Patriot. 6.56 for the concealment, 410 for the view range, and 818 for the signal range. And I'll be honest with you, I like the Defender. I played the Defender very well. This tank, for the most part, 90% of the maps you're going to run into is going to be better than the Defender. Defenders don't do well on hills. Even hold down. I fucking smoked one in a Himmelsdorf match where we hold down on the tank alley. And we were only probably 30 meters apart, facing at each other across them rubble piles, and I pinned 7 shots through the top of his cupola. Didn't miss a single one. He did nail me once for 440, I think, and I fucking decimated him in about 30 seconds. So yeah, extremely accurate gun. And like I said, weak spots are not a problem finding it, and it is a tracking machine. And I'll show you a couple of parts of the videos where I was talking about how quickly this thing can perma-track a tank. It doesn't matter if it's a 8, 9, or 10. It just fucking shoots. It's a machine gun. They have no chance to get away. So we're going to do the comparison real quick here, and I'll kind of give you an idea what it looks like compared to the Patriot, which is probably the closest tank that you compare this to. Yeah. Firepower, average penetration, the Patriot has a slight advantage, and of course by damage, but that's it. After that, it's all rate of fire, 12.32, a full second faster, reload time. The traverse on the gun is better, and similar gun depression, and of course the aim time, 2.11. But it's also the big difference is the 0.29 versus the 0.35, and of course the 2,834 average damage, a complete 400 more damage a minute than the Patriot. Survivability wise, both have 1,500. However, the Patriot does have a little bit better hull armor, but once again, it comes down to is 254 versus 190. This tank is also very good hull down. This tank is just better, right? It just better hull down than the Patriot, which is pretty hard to imagine, right? Of course, the Patriot is much lighter, has a little bit less engine horsepower. Actually, they have pretty close to the same specific horsepower, which means their top speeds are really only off about 4 kilometers off. Same with the traverse speed of the hull. Concealment, the Patriot's a little bit better. Signal range, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, gun armor on this is, in my opinion, better than this. Of course, this has got better hull armor, and this does bounce stupid shit once in a while from the hull. But for the most part, I've penned the E5 no problem in the turret. Yeah, the Caernarvon just doesn't care with those extra shields on there. So with that said, I'm gonna bring up some gameplay for you guys. Like I said, I'm not going to be sugarcoating this. It's a tough tank. It does well in 357 matchmaking, better than some, obviously a lot of the premium tanks, some of the other premium tanks at this level. But yeah, this is no problem against dealing with if you're hull down, right? You have to play it correctly. If you don't play it correctly, you're going to get your shit shoved in. But that's like every tank. So I'm going to bring up the gameplay for you guys to check this thing out. Alright guys, back with the first game, and it is an all tier 8 match. One of the fucking very few that I got. Yeah, one of those nights here. But I'm going to be taking on a fair amount of tanks here, so I thought it was pretty entertaining. And you can see, of course, the ridiculously accurate, stupid accurate gun, and of course watch me bounce a fair amount of shells. I don't know, I picked up quite a few steel walls with this thing lately. Decent maneuverability, about 35, 36 on flat ground here. picked up here with the IS-3. Got a Chrysler GF. A couple Ohos coming this way. So what I usually do on this map, especially if I'm in a heavy, is I try to make sure these guys over here on the 4 or 5 line can get up that fucking hill. If we lose that hill, it usually turns into kind of a shit show. So that's what I'm going to do here. Once I get around the corner here, I'm just going to, of course, post up and see what we can do here. Pick up the first shell on the Scorpion G. And let's see if we can get one in the side. Nope, can't quite get one into the KV-4. Look at that ridiculous fucking reload. And we'll put one right there on you. 238. We got the Scorpion G. He's looking to put one into you. Just like I said, a fucking machine gun. I got three. All three of them are probably just like, what the fuck, right? So the IS-3 pulls in just a little too far. Of course, artillery is going to be working your ass there. And I'm more interested in, of course, this Wheezy 132. I don't want him to come around here. I don't want him to have to fuck with my light tank here. So I'll put one into him. Yeah, that's how quick this tank aims, fires, and reloads. Back into it again here. So I already got half his health pretty quickly. That APCR round I did bounce off from the Scorpion G. And now we'll deal with what these are, what's hanging out over here, which of course is a KV-4 that just bounces a shell. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to try to keep these guys' attention as much as possible. I got 2 Ohos, an IS-3, and an M4A1 Rev going down to the corner here, which is always a shit show. Chrysler GF doesn't give a fuck. He just puts her in gear and drives in there. I don't know if anybody ever told him that. It's not a good idea here. About the only time that gun has ever really failed me completely. Pick up the, there we go. Put another shell into his lower plate. And, yeah. What? Yep, that's bullshit. Throws up a fucking bullshit RNG shot. Gets me into the cupola, but hey, whatever. I do finally get fucking penned, which is pretty ridiculous here. So, we're going to wait here. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck the Chrysler GF's trying to do. I'm not sure if he's... yeah, he's fucking with the Wheezy 132 here, and I'm trying to keep these guys off of him as much as possible here. I don't want the KV-4 and FV-4202 to jump on him. So what are you going to do here? He moves back. Yeah, back up some more here. Come on, KV-4, give me your lower plate. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, we'll put one right there in there for 230. He's down to a one shot here. Got the FV-4202. He doesn't realize how quick this thing reloads. However, he does have his repair up. Damn it. And he backs off on me. You gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So, KV-4 is almost dead. FV-4202 is almost gonna be dead if he keeps popping here. However, ooh, shit. Oh, you little bastard. I didn't even see you coming. That would have been nice to finish him off here. ELC's, like I said, we wanted to make sure we take that hill because everything on the bottom down there can see where the ELC's sitting at. T-44 at 100 and Progetto 46 can just fire back here and shoot at you. That's, of course, about the time I hear, "Help me!" So I looked over here, and yeah, they're fucking hurting. OI, the Rev, and the other Oho, I should say, one Oho's one shot. The other Oho's almost about halfway through. So it's time to get involved in this fight here. So I got the AMX M45, another IS-3, and we got to, like I said, give this guy a little bit of help here. IS-3 in the middle fucking dies, go figure. So down we go. He's dead. And I'm going to pull up in here and see what I can do here. Oh, fuck you, IS-3. Put one into his shell and his track. Both of them hit me on the side of the turret, go figure here. And, of course, with no gunner, it kind of blows here. So let's see here what we can do with me getting a little bit better positioning. I think I should have been down in here a little bit better. I'm trying to keep the Oho alive. These three tanks have moved in here, so yeah, it's going to be kind of difficult. It's currently 5-6, 5-7. We got a slight lead here. See if I can pick up the... Oh, can't quite get the AMX M45. He pulled back just as I fired. And we're going to finish you off. So, he's dead. We finished off the other IS-3. We got this IS-3 to deal with here. And he bounces another APCR round off my turret. Yeah, straight on. There isn't too many tanks in the game that's going to pen you straight up, even tier 10s. they're going to have to work at it here. So I'm going to move down in here on the IS-3. There we go. Gets a nice 248 into him here. And we're going to see if we can deal with him one more time. Drop down a little bit here. And, yeah, there we go. Come on. Show me what you got here. Finish him off. Puts me up 2742. We got the FV4202, the KV4 left, and, of course, T44-100. It is a 10-8. It could have gone either way, but we'll see here. Back we go. We got the 4202. He's sitting at 671 health. I'm not sure what the 44-100 is. They finish off the KV4, and that's about the time I notice, oh, what the fuck is this guy doing? Oh, yeah, well, Bjorn the Destroyer. The other two have left me. I'm sitting at 520. He can roll that high if he really wants to here, so we're just going to side scrape just a tad little bit here. See what he's up to here. He pulls around, gets a little too far out, finish him off. Oof. So, FE4202, and of course the artillery is all I got left, and I'm on the roll. So other than the fact I charged just a little bit in there, of course you can see all the little dinks and bangs and all that kind of shit that this tank can take when it's hauled down. Yeah, I think the only one I got actually penned, of course if that would have been a heat round from the IS-3 on that front of that turret there, it would have bounced. Or not bounced, it would have gotten eaten, but it was an APCR round, so yeah, didn't really have a problem. I thought he was actually back a little bit further in the turret, but he wasn't. That's one of the problems. Like I said, if you can try to keep that thing faced against everything you run into, you'll be fine. So, one baddie left to kill, which is the Artie, and yep, he fucking drowns. Yay for me. One more game for you guys to check out, and yeah. Alright, back with the second game in the Action 10 Caernarvon. Yeah, here we are. It's a tier 9 game. We got one of those things going on here. This was a fucking disappointing game if I ever had one. Not because how I played, but how my team was. You know, when you have the game won and all you got to do is cap the fucker, and you don't, because yeah. So we'll watch part of this game. Maybe I'll watch the whole thing. Depends on how I'm fucking feeling, because this was disturbing in so many ways. So off we go. We got the SP1C and we got a E75 with me. The rest of the mediums go down there along with the 50 TP. Black Prince. Yeah, so it's looking like just the three of us. E75 stops, checks it all out. He's like, yeah, what am I going to do? Maybe I'm going to go, maybe I'm going to stay. Not sure why he pulled up next to the rock. Usually you want to stay back as far as you can so you don't get spotted. And we're on the run here. So now, we got the SP1C out here. He's yelling for help. Well, then fucking stop. I've seen this like 4 times today in games. Like, can't you, you know, if there's nobody going with you, maybe it's time to slow down. So he's running, or he's driving. He's moving up in here. So we got a T25 pilot. So we got the 46 patent. Both, yeah, well, not as good as I thought it was. So the SP1C, he's pulled up there by himself, and I gotta wait. I'm not gonna charge in there and die. Wait for the E75 at least to show up. Possibly even stay here would be better. It's not a place that's like, So the 257 on the other line, so we don't have to deal with that heavy. Do like I said with the patent here. We're going to see. SP1C is like, he's just going to sit here in the bush. I'm assuming he was waiting for artillery. However, once the 46 patent comes around the corner, yeah, you get proxy lit there, buddy. However, the E75 goes, and so far we just have the 2 tanks here, and that's about the time we see Zippy Chippy show up. Yeah. So Zippy Chippy. Now we got the 46 patent, and we'll put a shell into the patent as he goes by. And I'm in a good position, obviously, with the hull down here. And that's about the time we see the Tiger 2, Caernarvon Action 10, M46 patent, MT25, and there is just the 3 of us. And the SP1C is almost dead. However, I am full health, and I'm sitting here pretty decently here. 46 Patton finishes him off here. Pick up the T-34. No, can't get a shot on him. Come on, Patton. What are you going to do here, buddy? There you go. Put a shell into him. Yeah, you can't pen me. Nice try. So we back up here. I'm just going to hang out here and see what's going to pop here. So we got 2, 4, 6 tanks versus 2 and an artillery piece. I'm not sure what the fuck he's doing. Hanging out maybe. The other side is pushing now finally. They're pushed up against a 9 and a couple 7s. And of course they're winning bridge 2 as well. So yeah, it's not looking too fucking shabby right now here. If we can hold off 6 tanks, we could win. Possibly. So we're up 3-2. And we're just going to hang out here and see what's going to happen here. E75 is looking that way, and that's about the time the T-34 shows up here. We're going to put 1 shell into him, but I got him tracked. And this is what I was talking about with the fucking reload on this thing. Just watch how quickly he doesn't even have a fucking chance to repair. Picked him up again, nailed him again, and he's just, what is he going to do? Oh, yeah, you're going to fire at me? Nope. And, you know, of course, these guys has 248 fucking pen on the T-34. So now I've shot him 3 times, kept him tracked. M48 pulls around the fucking corner and puts a shell into my, right into the side of my tank, which I was kind of hoping that, nope, he put it in the cupola. So fuck you, 46 Patton. Now I'm faced off. What are you going to do about it? Kill the T-34. The only reason I stayed so long on the T-34 is it's one less fucking gun to deal with, and if I have him fucking tracked, I'm not going to have to deal with him. However, my E75 is making some rather interesting moves here. He's backing up. Yeah, showing his butt. He's not really side scraping. I think I would add my tank in just a little bit different position here. So the Action 10 here's zippy chippy. And of course I'm just waiting here for the 46 Patton to show up. Now we're up 4 tanks, right? So, didn't quite get his track. I was really hoping I could. It didn't work out here. Pick up the Action 10. He fires. Yeah. So now we've got, here we go. Put another shell into him. I got to keep this guy alive. And he fucking fires HE at the Action 10. Put another shell into you, Pat, and back off. Unfortunately, I'm only at 94 health. All I can do is put 1 more shell into him. So I did a quick 2,800 damage, and I'm dead. However, we are still up 9-6, and the E75 is, of course, faced off against. Yeah. So these guys have all won. And we just have the E75. E75 pulls around the corner sideways, gives the 46 Patton his fucking side. M12, they're not paying attention. So now we got 1, 2, 5, 4 tanks on cap. All they have to do is all they have to do is stop, right? So the 53-55 gets spotted by the stair. He's fucking dead. M12 hanging out here. The SU-122-44 pulls up here. He has a chance to maybe possibly end some of this fucking fiasco, but he doesn't. Oho's still hanging out here down on the bottom. He'd been on top of the hill with artillery most of the game. Yeah. Tiger 2, he's looking here. He gets the T-25 pilot, however, he backs up just a little too far. Takes one to the back of the head. However, they've brought it back to 10-9. Nobody's fucking... There's nobody there. Everybody's driven off here. The T-50 is sitting up on top of the hill. Don't know why. SU-122-44 pulls around, puts a big shot into him, and then Pershing misses once. Pershing misses twice. Pershing misses 3 times. SU-122-44 has got the rear. He gets fucking nailed by the stair. And we are down 2 tanks. So 50 TP. What are we going to do here? Patton finishes off the Pershing, and now it's a 2 versus 5. 50 TP could pull this off. It is a fairly tough tank, especially when it's hull down. M12 is making his way slowly to cap. I'm hoping. Yeah, I've already lost my shit, so yeah, it's one of those deals. He is still hull down. He's got every tank that he's got here can be one-shotted with that big gun of his. So he has a chance here. This M12 is pulled. He's not going to cap. I'm not sure what the fuck is going on in the replays here, but he's looking here. Now this guy, for some reason, decides that, yeah, we're just going to fire up there and fucking nail the other M12. Still not on cap. Yeah, not a good thing here. So let's just leave it at this. We lost. So I got one more game for you because I didn't realize this was going to be that short. So yeah, I'll be right back. Alright guys, back with the next replay here. I'm playing with the fucking infamous Mill Hill. Yeah. So we got a tier 10 match and we're both playing tier 8 heavies. Tier 8 premium heavies. He fucking loves that AMX. I actually like the AMX quite well too. Kind of a toss up here. I really, no, I'll take the Action 10 over the AMX. So we are playing, of course, Siegfried line because, you know, why not? Let's get the move on, right? I usually don't play too passive, especially with this nice big beautiful turn here. I'm going to be heading into town here and fucking around with some tanks, some heavies. So we got the 257, the Lover. IS-4 is going to town. Everybody's going to town. Nobody's fucking hanging out on the 6th line looking at shit to shoot when they should be in position. It's always nice when things work out here. So I got Mill with me, and we both like to go to the same place here, so we're going to head to the center here by the church, I believe, maybe, possibly. So pull on through here, pick up the T10. Probably could have fired, but I didn't. But we're going to try to get in here into my rebel pile that I like. And they've made this nice little fucking ramp in here. It's pretty sweet. So, start looking around here. I always kind of hope something's going to pop out, but, you know, once in a while they do, once in a while they don't here. Back up here, we got the Badger coming through here. And they've made this so nice here for shit like this here. So I'm going to wait here and see if I can pick up the Badger coming through. He didn't, pop, of course, because he's, oh, shit, there goes the Badger when I need him. We got Eduardo de la Cruz. He's over there dealing with that Badger. Of course, we have a Scorpion G and all that kind of shit. Mill's got the backside here. He's dealing with whatever's coming down the center E line. And patience is a virtue. Well, maybe, kind of. People say that shit all the time, and I'm just like, really? It's a virtue? So, pick up the Bat Chat here. He's trying to take a pot shot at the IS-4. And, yeah. Yeah, nightmare? Yeah, I do have nightmares about tier 10s when I'm in a tier 8. So, we got the Type 5. There is a Type 5. Fuck, there's always a Type 5. They don't care shit about my armor. Yeah, so we're going to back up here. We got the Bat Chat here. And, of course, Mill currently right now is fucking up a T10. So I'm going to back up here and give him a little bit of help. Let's see what we can do here. Some on T10. There we go. Put a nice shell into the lower plate. Did not fucking penetrate. We'll get him this time, though. Got to aim a little bit better, Zem, so I got 90 hit points out of that. So, pick up the Bat Chat here. He's poking. No. Fucking fires up. As usual, some bullshit fucking RNG shot. It actually goes through there, but it doesn't hit me. So, yay for me. It's about the time we see, of course, the Badger coming through here. Oh, there we go. Now I'm looking for trying to get the track here, and I'm not sure what the fuck is in the way. Most likely a fence. And that's about the usual time I usually get fucked up when I do shit like that. However, I cannot pin him frontally, so you're going to see me here go for tracks. And since this thing is so stupidly fast firing, oh, we can't even get the lower plate here. So fuck it, we're just going to aim and shoot if we can shoot, pick up that track. There we go, pick up the track on him. We got him tracked now. And if he's tracked, he can't go nowhere. Just waiting for a little bit of help here. Hopefully somebody's going to... Yeah, there we go. Somebody finishes him off. However, Mill got Type 5'd. Yeah, Type 5's pretty hard, actually. Shit. So, got the Type 4 coming through here. We're just going to throw that up in there. And he fucking throws up a bullshit HE shot because, you know... Why doesn't everybody play fucking tier 10 KV2s? Fuck. Whatever. So, I'm not going to fuck with him until he starts poking a little bit more. Yeah, there he goes. Now he decides that he's going to come around here and try to shoot Eduardo in the ass. So now I got to get a little bit more serious. Come back around here. Oh, he's looking, but he doesn't see anything. Put a nice shell into the Bat Chat for 183, which is kind of unusual because it usually rolls a little bit better than that. However, the Type 5 seems to have a hard-on for me. Yeah, which is okay because people are going to shoot at him while they do it. Let's see here. Nope. Come on. Stick that fucking big noggin out here. See what we can do. Nothing. Nada. So, we've got this pretty well in hand. It's 5-2 right now. The only one that really died was Mill in a tragic fucking HE accident. Yeah. So, we're going to see here. It's about time to get busy here. We've pushed them back. We've got control of the town. Let's see what we can do. Come on. There we go. Up and over we go. Down we go. Let's see what we can see if we can poke anything around this edge here. Possibly something going through. But I always get a little leery because I know there's at least one fucking TD and they like to sit out there in the back shooting at my shit here. Eduardo is getting wrecked by the IS, or the Type 5. PTA moves in. So does the Scorpion G. None of them have armor, but yeah, that's what happens when you fucking poke on a Type 5. Alright, so Progetto, he's out there somewhere, so that makes me a little bit worried. Somewhere. The IS-4 is there. They've pretty much nailed everything else. And we just have to deal, of course, with this Type 5, which is not really the best option for me because there's a, like I said, Progetto and a Ferdinand somewhere out there in the back. But for some reason, typically you like to be a little bit more involved here. About the time the Type 5 decides to make a move on me, he's coming around the corner here. The IS-4 moves up. Oh, come on, Eduardo. Light that Ferdinand. This Type 5 is wily. I don't know, like I said, he had a hard-on for me. I'm not sure why. He keeps turning his turnaround and he's not really paying attention. And he fires. So, let's see if we can put a... Come on, we're looking for the... There we go. Nope. Cannot penetrate the little hatch on the front of his tank. Because, you know, wargaming. Go figure. Pull back. He's taking a big pot shot here, so I'm going to pull out. Yeah, I can't do much here. We'll pen the front of his idler there. Got my APRCR loaded here. We'll see another shot into there. That's not going to do me any good here. Can't pin the side. Oh, I did get a pen. Surprise, surprise. With my last APCR shell. At this point, fuck it. I'm just going to go AP. He fires one more time. And now it's time to get busy. Hanging out here waiting for him. And this is what, of course, what I said with the DPM. How quickly you can run through 800 hit points on a Type 5. Oh, there we go. There's one more. Oh, come on. There's one more there. Ah, we just need one more. And fucking Ferdinand shows up. Fucking ammo racks me. Douche. Yeah. But I'm up to 2200 on the assisted here, so playing just a little too ballsy probably. Get the ammo rack fixed. And let's see if we can find myself some Progetto. Progetto pokes. He puts a shell up. Nails me for 196. I get the critical damage on him. Ooh, he nails me in the track and he fucking eats all of it. Yeah, I love that shit. LT1's like, I got their T100. LT's got that. Fuck yeah. Nails him. So yeah, there's a tier 10 match with this tank. Not too shabby for you know, being a slow ass heavy. I lied. I got one more game for you just because it was kind of a fun game. Yeah, well, if you get fucking triggered by using APCR rounds, and I'm not known for a person that fires fucking... You watch some fucking guys and they run nothing but fucking premium rounds. However, I do use a few in this game just because fucking... Fuck you, VK101s. Them stupid things. Yeah. Let's put a tier 8 Moss in the game, right? Even the Capola's fucking stupid here. So, it is a... top tier match. Yeah, so I'm going to be heading up the hill. That's typically what I try to do here. I try to get these guys up the hill, at least try to take the hill, so I don't have to worry about it a little bit later here. The other team's got a mixed match of some 8s, and of course the rest all 7s. So it's a 5-10 match, I guess you would call it. 5 8s and 10 7s. So E25, T34, Centurion 1, Eagle 7. Never did buy that tank. I'm not sure if I would really wanted to. I've heard some bad, nasty things about it, and I've heard some people say it's not too bad. So, up the rail, on the move. Yep, fuck right. Love that gun. On the move, stationary, it doesn't matter. This fucking thing shoots everything. This Centurion goes fucking balls deep. Pull up here, get the AT-12. Oh, and I fucking bounce. How do I bounce off a Progetto and it's 12 fucking millimeters of armor? Anyway, T-71 fucking bites it. However, we do have a Comet on the hill, but I still have to deal with the 45 TP. A KV-122 and a Progetto 46. Yeah, all kinds of stuff up here to play against. So pull up here. Oh, don't quite get the shot on the T-43. This Progetto just getting fucking ballsy. And yeah, I don't quite get it. KV-122 pulls over. He bounces. I'm already up to 1100 on the spotting damage. Progetto, fucking douche. He's running. E-25 has already spammed a bunch of shots at me. So, let's see what we can do here. Centurion Action 10. And this is what I was talking about earlier. This is how to deal with one. If they are hurled down, they do have that. This is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to show this part of the video, having to deal with these Action 10s. And we're just going to simply point. Oh, he fucking rocking when he hits me in the cupola. Yeah, he was fucking rocking back and forth and still somehow nails me. Oh, whatever. We will come back to this. So, we'll back up here. I got a little worried here. The Progetto 46 and the KV-122's on the hill. I don't feel terribly safe right now. So we back up here. We're going to look here. What are we doing? What are we doing? Nope, he's going around the backside. Can't quite get him. KV-122 is getting really fucking ballsy here, because shit like that happens right there. So, pull up here. Let's see if we can get here. Pick up the T-43. He's almost dead. Takes a fucking shell from the T-25-2. Now I got the KV-122. KV-122, it's just like I said, it's an interesting place to be. Now, so I got this Centurion Action 10. And this is, like I said, more along the lines of just so you guys can see how to deal with this tank. If they go hull down on you, it is a bitch to pen. So you pretty much your best chance is, of course, is that fucking cupola. Lower or higher, not lower, seems like the best place to pen it. You can't seem like it doesn't, like the roof doesn't really overmatch like some tanks, like the T-34 does, where you can shoot, you know, right to the right below the cupola, and there's that thin metal on top of it. However, with this tank, you don't have that, so you don't have to worry about the overmatch. You pretty much just have to hit that cupola. So he had actually hit mine pretty square on. He has got the advantage. He's at height compared to me, where I'm kind of shooting up a little bit here, so it's not the easiest to do that here. So let's pull around the corner. And what do we got here? Come on, show me your... There we go. Put another... Oh, and just off a little bit here. Now, I'm not quite sure what he's up to here. And, of course, like I said, with the those shields on that thing, you know, you can't really pick off the edges too easily either. So, however, he's spinning left and right. Let's put another shell in there. It's kind of a 6-5 game right now here, so I only need one more shell to finish him off here. And he shows me his rest of his cupola here. Yep, there we go. If you get a pen, make sure you shoot it in the same hole over and over again. Now, a Centurion 5.1 is a pain in the ass, and that's what he's doing. He's just playing that ridge. However, he's got flanked by the Tiger 1 and the T-29 and the Type 59, so I don't have to worry about that. However, I have a T-29. He's faced off against Tiger P, two Tiger P, T-29, Tiger P, and of course a VK. Chicken Man, he seems to be AFK. Don't know what he's up to, but we're just going to pull right in here and see what we can do. We back up here, put a shot in the cupola, and completely fucking miss it. Honestly, I don't even know why. He tries, doesn't do anything. Put one shell into the VK, and he pulls back and fucking throws up bullshit. Doesn't even really aim. However, that's fine. Ooh, and I don't get shit for that one. Super accurate gun, can't fucking nail the cupola. But that's alright, we can deal with it. This T-29 is down here giving me a little bit of help. The VK is fired. Now it's time to get busy. Oh, and I fucking donked it off the side. That's fine, because I reload really fast. We'll put another one in there. Like I said, with the Tiger P and the T-29. Yeah, not too shabby. I do have a T-25 too and the Scorpion G over here to give me a little bit of help. Excuse me. And the Tiger, ooh, what the fuck? Chicken Man moves around the corner and fucking gets nailed. There's just too much heavy right here for these guys to deal with it, so I do have to stay. I probably could have gone around and killed the Centurion 5-1 and been done with this, but no, we're going to have to see what we can do here. So I switched back to regular AP rounds and see if I can deal with some of this other stuff here. I'd like to be able to get the T-29 knocked out so I can deal with the VK, maybe get around to his side and not have to spend so much fucking AP round. And I said, nah, fuck it. My best, safest bet right here is to deal with his cupola. So we'll back up just a little bit here. Come on, show me your cupola, you prick. You know, you come on. There we go. Now we got it. And I still fucking cannot penetrate with APCR. I just do not get some of that. Yeah, that was pretty much dead center of the round part. So they've pretty much wiped up the south part here, so I'm just going to have to deal once again with this VK. Somebody fires HE at him. Don't know why. There we go. Finish that. 440. He fucking bounced it off me. And that's about the time. Here we go. We finish him off there for 207. So now I just have the VK to deal with. They've knocked out that guy. He's backed up. Put another shell in them. Put him up pretty much a one shot. So now it's just a matter of, oh, nope, T-25-2 gets in the game. Fucking nails him. So, kind of give you an idea when you're dealing with this tank, hold down. Pretty much the only place you're going to be able to pen it, hold down. Unless, of course, you switch to APCR or heat and you go through the turret ring. And if that doesn't work, you're going to have to simply just work with that hitting the cupola, which is, you know, can be somewhat tricky if you have to. It is pennable with just regular AP, no problem. Though, like I said, the only reason I'm firing APCR is because it's a fucking stupid VK. Yeah, those things are just stupid. I have one, but still stupid. So, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night.